So Air Force gets the solo kill on Devour, finally punishing back.
And this is what we're talking about. Vamos have a plan in their head. They have a winning image. And sometimes it doesn't have to involve the major objectives. It sometimes involves just stepping on your opponent's neck and stopping them from moving. Keep engages, and comes Error.
Error does get knocked up, pulled up by the Fatal Links, but Clockton still able to get the kill on the Sunset Lover. They're going to move on to this turtle now. Devour is nowhere to be found. No way for Team Spirit to contest this.
As mentioned, the award-winning film Whiplash, this is to my tempo. This is Vamos just rolling that drum to their beat, taking a turtle too handily here. And Team Spirit, for the first time in the series, are on the back foot. You'll see here, minute one, Trex. Minute one, they've been trying to condition Team Spirit to take those fights underneath tier 1, and we saw, I believe, an ult out of Sawo to try and punish that dive from Air 404. It wasn't enough.
So where does Team Spirit go from here? They do seem to be slowing it down a little bit. Unlike when Vamos was losing, where they would kind of over-engage even when they were behind, Team Spirit isn't exactly looking for fights, but he's closing in its grasp right now. With that tier 3 down on the top side, we're going to be able to start seeing Nako getting involved in these fights. They're going to go for the rotations around the map. It's not just going to be a 3v3. It's going to be a 5v4, something of that nature.
More than involved, will start fights. Sometimes even with just a rogue force, because that's how ahead Vamos is right now. Just to put it into context, Sepat hasn't been in the bottom lane for maybe 30-45 seconds, and that's enough for Kid Bomba to try and equalize. But look at where the turrets are. Literally. Team Spirit's potential to farm, because top lane. This is what we were looking for. In the early days of the group stage, this is what the meta demanded. Easy conversions, kill for a turret, quick take, and then it snowballs. That's what's happening. Sepat jumps in.
Nice. Falling Star Moon does come from Sepat. But the damage starts to come out from Hiko. Oh, nice pulling with Fatal Links. But this one force drops down, and Vamos doesn't run away. No, they engage more. Team Spirit loses Solo. Hiko continues to get free shots off, but Vamos not giving up on this push. Able to take that tier 3 down about half health. The Sepat holds down the front line. Team Spirit looks to re-engage. They dive down, and Hiko gets the kill on to Sepat. It's 1-for-1, but Vamos still holds the lead.
Oh, Arrow in to that brush, holding her for a more Zaur. Close. I believe the window is closed. Trex, Zauriduis can no longer threaten a single member of Vamos, not alone. It cannot be off of his back. This is where I think we've seen over the past 2 to 3 months the heyday of, I hate to say, the utility Harley. He has to just either be cleanup or just the gap closer to take these objectives, and then he goes from there. He has to use his space escape to try and push waves, because right now it's all off of Hiko. Hiko might be the only hope for Team Spirit to get a good mid-game burst.
Sawo, though, going to look for an engage, even with Team Spirit being behind Air 4-4, able to get the turtle. Jumps onto Hiko. Hiko does have to go away. It might not be the right target. He's going to move off. They're just controlling lanes at this point. Little poke here and there, but nothing too major.
And this is all Team Spirit could do. Make sure that the damage dealt to their side lanes doesn't extend to mid. So they see this big fat wave down bottom. They're standing Kid Bomba. Top lane, it's Zaur who's going to clear that up. And Vamos, all they're doing is finding that next big fight. Finding where Sawo's willing to fade the links, where Kid Bomba might think, oh, I'm offended here. But they know that Team Spirit is short on damage. They know that they can't fight toe-to-toe just yet. So there has to be a crafty way for the math to side over to Team Spirit. Because Vamos right now, look, they're just taking it slow. This is a clear sign that a team knows that their damage is up. Oh my lord, a single swing puts a third out of Hiko's life down.
A single swipe. Hiko might not even have time to hit the go away if he's not careful. It's getting to a point where we'll have to preemptively do it when these fights start, because if anyone jumps on top of him too quick, he's going down.
All right, fortunately, Hiko has been getting some farm, and that's speaking relatively, because look at how well Vamos is freezing these waves. He's just but down maybe 500 gold away from Natko. And Kid Bomba gets caught.
Keith able to set up for Nako. Nako able to get the kill on Kid Bomba. Nako keeps it going. Jumps on his hour. Sawo trying to come in and help out. Does have the fatal links. Able to pull one in. Purity does pop for Nako. Sabat able to get away. The deadly magic brings down to about half health as Team Spirit doesn't really want to force a fight. They just don't want to lose a tower at this point. But Air 4-4 does want to force it. Jumps on a Sunset Lover. Under the tower with the cutthroat. Gets him. Takes him out. And Vamos moves on to the mid side.
Nice and easy. Vamos was corralling Sunset Lover. I think they were just cajoling him to say, all right, you could do this, and then says, psych, throws him underneath the bus. Just like that, the lead has grown to almost 6,000 up. I don't think Team Spirit should even contest. This should be a free Lord, but wait, Sawa, what's he thinking? He doesn't have a fatal links.
Sawo doesn't know how to not contest at this point. No, it's just vision. But Team Spirit maybe should be using this to take a tier 3 up top side. Do they really want to go? They don't need to go for a Lord right now. Use Zour to play the map right now instead of forcing Vamos into a fight that you might not win.
I agree. Use it as if like a baby Fanny, like a baby Ling.
Baby Fanny.
Yeah. Fanny at home. But it seems like Team Spirit, despite the 5,000 gold that Vamos has on top of them, want to keep him honest. So, which I get. Because look at this lineup. Look at Team Spirit's lineup. None of them can clear waves as easily as one might expect. So maybe they don't want to defend out of the base. But also, now that I'm thinking about it, an I'm offended inside the base would be lethal. That could be a turnaround that Team Spirit can play off of. Maybe a singular wipeout, but that's neither here nor there. Maybe if you can just slow it down here, right now, in the Lord Pit, they'd rather take that fight. They take their chances here.
Speaking of I'm offended, can Kid Baba land something now? He does get vision into that side bush. Team Spirit don't want to give it up. Maybe they do. They finally back off. Someone makes the call of, this is not the play, guys. Let's play the map. Let's let them have it. Let's go for the defense.
And guess what? You can't purify the map. That's the thing that Vamos is thinking right now. They have layers upon layers of insurance. Playing the map doesn't force them to use their purify, which is almost single-handedly the one resource that Team Spirit are struggling to deal with. Because Sunset Lover, I hate to say it, is a non-factor right now. His arrows are landing a little too far off. Keep comes in.
I'm offended, lands on as a keep. And Nako with re-engage, drops him on force. The damage still just too much. And Team Spirit doesn't quite have enough. Hiko does drop the gold away. And look at the damage. Nako still gets away. One more shot. He gets the shield and he survives. Team Spirit just can't luck out in this game.
Oh! But he still goes down. What was that? He walked into a trap.
Is that what happened?
It must have been the only possible explanation. So Sunset Lover says, Leo, who's not a threat now, but that's not what we were referring to. We were referring to Purify's getting popped. What? The damage on Sunset Lover, we underestimated. The possibility of a late game Selena turning things around like that.
I mean, he had like 10% health.
The damage will less than. It was like 4 or 5% with a shield.
A trap, I feel like that's fair game. The trap got the kill.
Oh, where was it? Somewhere around here.
Had to be in mid-brush, yeah, mid-river brush, something like that.
Okay, so that does keep the Lord push very manageable.
Yeah, they still have their tier 2.
The inhibitors standing, tier 2 in mid. But that doesn't stop Vamos from staying up. And look, you got to respect Air 404's diligence. This is him saying, we're not so sure just yet, so let me build RGM. We respect that, Selena. I'm offended. Kid Bomba throws his shot out. I think if we get past the 16-minute mark without Team Spirit losing, you might be cooking. Seppa here in the middle of 5.
That once again taking so much damage. Not going to be able to survive this one. Deadly match will lock in, but no. Seppa still lives. It's a keep. Jumps into the mid of all of Team Spirit. Kid Bomba forced to use a flicker just to get away. Vamos hanging on by a thread in every fight.
XP laners, the vanguards of their squads, this close to death. All this while Air 404 just wanted to commit Grand Theft Orange, so they're continuing to choke out Team Spirit, playing for this Lord, spawning in about a minute lower quarter. Looking at the items, wow, it was just 2 items. Trex, it was literally just a book and a glowing wand.
That's all it takes. The burn. Okay. The burn, though. A little bit of damage, plus the burn. Double burn.
Natko had 0 defense. So he was just going to take that either way. Looking at the gold lane, again, just about 500 gold between Hiko and Natko. And Hiko hasn't died yet. So I think as long as Team Spirit can keep their inhibitors healthy, can at least venture out of their base, maybe, 10, 12 leagues out, they should be fine.
I mean, honestly, the fact that that first Lord wasn't able to bring everything down to inhibitors and not even take possibly inhibitor means it's already going to be about 14 and a half minutes, 15 minutes by the time this first Lord goes down.
2-minute counter.
It's going to be hard. Team Spirit could honestly just play defense here.
That's what
they could let the Lord come at them.
Whoa.
They should be able to shred them. Salo doesn't want to play defense. Zakif getting pushed away. Into the backside, though. Air 4-4. Able to get some nice damage down on Zauer. Kid Bomba as well. Team Spirit, like I said, they could play defense. They probably won't lose off of one more Lord push. And then you're in mid to late game at that point.
Passive push up top. So this dance still cannot deny the mechanical and based gameplay of Air 4-4. Touching a couple. Oh, big knockup. Lord of 10.
Saved by the bell. Kid Bomba takes the Lord, though, with the steal to keep on the backside, able to make sure he goes down as Seppat moves on to Hiko. Sabo with the fatal links, able to pull two members away. Nako able to get some free shots back in response. Team Spirit back to base. They have a Lord, they have a defense, and now they have an advance.
A Lord for 2. That's a bargain. Again, looking at Team Spirit's lineup, it's not a lineup that can defend inside the base. Wave clear isn't a commodity they can go off of, but look at the trade. Look at how well Kid Bomba just dug underneath. That Zaragus was too far off, so that was a Hail Mary play.
And like it pays off at this point. They do defend. They lose their mid-tier 2, but still inhibitors all stand strong. Vamos has to rethink, and we're getting to that goal, but we're getting to the spread. We're getting to 5-item territory at this point. It's going to be another, 2 minutes till we get another Lord, or a little more?
Yep. And I think we've crossed the point wherein I'd say Team Spirit can contest that Lord. This last one, I didn't expect for them to steal it. I was expecting them to, just draw it out. But the fact that they stole it made this, again, canon moment in this game a little more possible. And here we are now. They're threatening the push in mid. Massive AOG.
Does get the knock up on the 2, but Hiko still has to go away. Air 4-4 unable to connect on to any. Zakif keeps getting caught. Yes, he's able to get that AOG, but his health was too low before that fight started. Team Spirit continue to make him a target.
I'd say it's worth it, the fact that they were able to protect their tier 1, because that's another point that Team Spirit has to put pressure on. It did not come for free, yes, but he didn't die. Couple of battle spells, yes, key battle spells, but the fact that mid lane tier 1 is still standing makes this Lord all the more harder for Team Spirit to contest for. They will contest, yes, but it's not as ideal, not as viable for them to convert elsewhere. So Vamos still has more tricks up their sleeve. You can see that Air 404, 17, 80 minutes in, is still dodging. AOG point blank!
Once again, able to get the knock-up on a Kid Bomba. Kid Bomba doesn't have to go away, but a nice fatal link does land from Sawo. Seppat taking a lot of damage from Hiko. Hiko unloading right now. Zarugis being the next target as Air 404 finds him. Will he go for the re-engage? Sawo is low. Air 404
Blue team turret
trying to turn things around, but he decides it's not the optimal strategy.
2 for 1. Still a good trade for Team Spirit, but they lost the Retribution holder, so it doesn't immediately convert to a Lord. Here now we're seeing how perfectly Team Spirit, their patience is paying off. Fatal links into all of them linked up to Muddles. And Hikomania starting off about 17 and a half minutes in. Air 404, I think, is the linchpin of this lineup. The fact that he's taking care of the map, the fact that he picked off Zarugis when they needed to, means this Lord wasn't as free for the Dragons.
Do they try to burst it down here? It's a few seconds for Zauer on the map. Gonna look for position. They do take the purple buff. Did he take purple? No, it's still there.
Oh, he might have just left the baby.
I'm wondering if he just let no.
No. Well, I think the fact that, all right, vision-wise, Team Spirit has it in spades. They can just leave traps around. Sawa can flush them through. So I think that's what Air 404 was afraid of. He wasn't sure where the members of Team Spirit were. But now, Spirit, they start up a dance.
Hiko is becoming a problem at this point. There is no answer to this man. Once the go away comes out, he can just unload. Even Seppat is getting shredded down. We saw it in the last big Lord fight. Arrows coming out from Sunset Lover. Vision gained by Team Spirit. Vamos now are at a point where they need to find a way in.
Lord, at a third of its health, gets soft reset. Sawa playing footsies toe-to-toe against Zikif. Zariguis clearing that wave up top again. Due diligence. Long lane is in the Team Spirit's advantage. That's impressive. How they're able to do this dance this well.
When Shunshan comes down for Falkland in these grouped up fights, it could make the difference. Ooh, as Hiko continues to play his hour, able to walk down onto Clockun, pops steady magic. Clockun will survive with the black shoes. Arrow comes out, but that is one big utility down. Vamos.
Another soft reset for the Lord. Ults spent on either side. Zikif here has an immortality already, so he can use his body as a shield. Can engage. Lord of half health.
And the way that Hiko is consistently pressuring this Lord means Vamos can't take the risk of playing the long lane. They can't play the map right now. They need a full reset. Step out of the backside. Look at the flicker in. It's error. Someone will pay the price for that. Vamos without a jungler. Have to make this play happen now. They have to change something, but Team Spirit isn't going to let it happen. Hiko will not let it happen. Sapat's on the run. Clockhood on the run. And Kid Bomba won't let him get away. The mid, Zikif with the AOG back to the base. Team Spirit take the win and take the Lord in that fight.
A sequence out of order. The lead is gone. They've evaporated the 5,000 up they've been sitting on for the better part of 10 minutes. Hiko underneath the Lord at point blank range. Lifestealed his way to bullying 2 to 3 members of Vamos out. Kid Bomba now forcing a black shoes out of Clockwood.
Kid Bomba doesn't have the I'm offended anymore, so they should be safe, but he's never going to give it up. Sepat there as well. Lord slowly marching down top side. This is the only advantage that Vamos has right now.
Lord is going to be evolved. So as soon as this makes it into where fights happen, Team Spirit is going to be calling the shots. That's a Spirit Lord.
And at this point too, Vamos, they have their tier 2, so that's at least one advantage in this push, in this defense, I would say.
They can slow the inevitable.
They can slow the inevitable. Big wave in the mid side. Air 4-4, because of this slow push on the Lord, he's able to kind of play the map a bit, but Team Spirit doesn't care about the other lanes. They want to Hail Mary it down this top side.
Okay, a lot is on Clockun right now. He's going to need a Spirit fight in 20 seconds. Zariguis put down a third of his health.
They got him offended from Kid Bomba, though. Honorable members followed up by Fatal Links. Air 4-4, forced to wing away. Zakif will drop next. Immortality does pop. He doesn't have the AOG. He's not able to get away with it, at least. And Lord breaks through as Team Spirit close the distance. Arrow 404's got to get in there. Sapat's got to get in there. They got to clear the wave, but they can't. Team Spirit locked on the base. Revenge is served in quick fashion. The Dragons, Team Spirit, will go on to the semifinals.
Harosh, Team Spirit. Despite the grueling climb through groups, it seems like knockouts are the Dragons' nest. 3-0. Taking Vamos out.
We came into today thinking that Vamos were the favorites. We came in after their big wins thinking they were going to be a challenge, but Team Spirit shows up on their first round of the knockout stages and shows that they are still a force to be reckoned with.
This last game in the series, Game 3, the match point bout was a testament to how well Team Spirit prepared for this mentally. They did not tremble. They did not trifle with what ifs. They played to the late game. As soon as we crossed the 16, 17 minute mark, Trex, they were a different beast. They knew that we know how you play Air 404. There's only so much you can do to guard your flanks. Clockun, we know you can clear waves this well, but look at the rest of the map. Bottom lane, that was all them. They penetrated with very little effort. That was a lost lane where Team Spirit wasn't even fighting.
They were able to just buy time, even with that one Lord that Kid Bomba steals. Even before that Lord, when they get the kill onto Natco and slow down the push and stop Vamos from being able to take that tier 2 in the mid side. Every little piece mattered, every small trade to get them into the game where Hiko was just unstoppable, where the team was just unstoppable. You could see the scale slowly tipping in favor of Team Spirit as that game went on and on and on.
And I don't think it's for a lack of conviction or for forward momentum from Vamos. It seemed like in Uno, Dos, Tres, Hala Vamos was going to come online, but I guess it's just guarding your sixes. Late game is where team spirit comes alive. We forgot that throughout their career, throughout their run, dominating the ECA, they are capable of things like this. And I think, look, even Air Force was thinking about it. How do we defend? How do we clear? 20-something minutes is what it took. And team spirit gave no quarter. Ladies and gentlemen, you see the celebration on stage. Let's go to them now and hear a word from our winners.
The Dragons successfully gatekeeps the semi-finals in a clean sweep up against Team Vamos. And on stage we have Kid Bomba from Team Spirit. Wow. Kid Bomba, let's go straight to the point. They were the first team to pick in the draws and they picked you. You successfully won this rematch up against Team Vamos. And there are so many supporters in the arena cheering for you, shouting your name. And I heard even your family is here who kept on crying and yelling throughout the match. How are you feeling right now?
Feeling amazing. We knew that we would win. We knew it would be a 3-0. They didn't do the right choice choosing us. We just played bad the first time we faced them. Now we show them the real team spirit and we send them home.
Oh, wow. Kid Bomba, you said you knew it would be a 3-0. How did you know?
We're just good like that.
Oh, period. He's just good like that. Now, of course, let's talk about what happened, In the group stages, team spirit, a lot of people were saying you guys looked shaky. A lot of people were saying you guys might actually not make it to the knockout stages. But this knockout stages, team spirit looks so different. What happened in the 2 days break that we actually had? What did you guys do?
Every team here knew that we are a really good team, We had really good scrim results. Every team here knows that. Every team knows we're a threat. We just had a rough start into the tournament. Now we're back to our prime form, so everybody can be scared of us.
Oh! What preparations did you do for this matchup?
We really studied them better this time. We didn't underestimate them. And 3-0, that's the result.
Yeah, I really do think that underestimating is the most important thing when we're in a tournament because anything could happen in the Land of Dawn. And of course, heading into the semi-finals, congratulations on that, by the way. Your next opponent will either be Onyx or Aurora Gaming. If you got to choose, who do you think will actually make it to the next round?
I don't care. We have a clean record against Aurora in International, and we beat Onyx the last time. I'd rather face Calray again to send him home as well, but let's see.
Oh, it is getting hot over here on the stage with Kid Bomba. And you know what? I know that there's so many people here in the arena, and I'm sure overseas, internationally sending you the love. Is there anything perhaps that you'd like to say to them?
Thank you for supporting. Thank you for coming here, and keep supporting Team Spirit. You're not going to regret it.
Anything you want to say to your mom?
Thanks for coming and watching.
Aww, so cute, super duper cute. So now, are you ready to crush some keys?
Of course.
All right, Team Spirit, come on over. My question is going to be the biggest question of the day. Who wants to crush Team Vamos' key? Oh, Hiko volunteered. All right, let's go. Hiko went for it and he said, me. All right, Hiko, you may head to the front, to the key crusher, and push on the lever. Yes, push on it. Push on it, Hiko. There you guys have it. Team Spirit officially eliminates Team Vamos in MSC at EWC 2026. They have destroyed the dreams of the Malaysians, but the Dragons continues.
The emotion is so real. As a parent, but more as a person, you can tell what it means to see the from mother, sister, to son, from region to EECA, to organization, from the coach all the way down to the gold lane and Hiko, it was team spirit all the way with a 3-0 victory to move on to the semifinals. $150,000 at least secured, maybe $200,000, and of course still fighting for that major prize pool, $1 million on the line at the end of things. What a journey, guys. Welcome back, Renmo, Mirko. After an amazing set, it was dominant again, but this sent a different message, I think, than yesterday's Yangon Galacticos one.
Yeah, I think Team Spirit, this is a proclamation and an announcement. They're back. The Team Spirit that we expected to perform from the beginning of MSC. They had to rediscover themselves. They had to be honest with themselves. Even Kid Bomba said, we just knew we played bad up against Team Vamos when we faced them in the group stages. We've gotten better. We fixed that. They said they were confident it would be a 3-0, and they delivered.
Yeah, it wasn't just the match against Vamos. It was also back-to-back matches after that, Guangzhou Gaming as well, where we saw that shakiness of Team Spirit. But it was through that hard run in the group stage where they learned, where they improved. And I think we are seeing a pattern right now, except for Yangon Galacticos, right? They're the only ones that went through undefeated in groups and then just popped off. Spirit, Falcons, adjusting, adapting, improving, all that through the losses, through the fact that they got reality checked early.
And maybe that reality check is the reason that they were able to come into such confidence, such clarity about how they wanted to play this matchup. We said they were the gatekeepers, and that's true. The reason why is they kind of are the limit test for teams to get into the knockout stages. But what about them? Them holding out the gates, but not being able to turn and walk through themselves, often stopped by Malaysia, the Indonesian teams, the Filipino teams. And now all of a sudden they have taken down the last hope for Malaysia. They have turned this into a story about EECA. And they brought some EECA trash talk as well, which was, as someone, you know, as outside of MLBB and loving being a part of it, it was kind of a welcome thing to see.
Yeah, I mean, that's why we fell in love with Kid Bomba and the boys from back then. It was Deus Volt. Now, with the banner of Team Spirit, of course, they love to bring that reality to the exchanges, to the social aspect of it all when it comes to esports.
Yeah.
I mean, for us in Southeast Asia, a Southeast Asian dominant game, we're not used to it. We're used to humility. We're used to being humble about it. Good luck, have fun.
Horrible. All of that horrible. We want more of this. I want to see some of the Western teams start winning because I want to see some personality up on stage.
Yes, and it's not a critique, it's a difference, and it's something I learned, but it's also something that when you have a stage like Paris, where the world is gathering, where Europe's gathering, you get to see these different voices that in MLBB maybe didn't have the loudest megaphone, so to speak, and now they're starting to speak up.
Yeah, and not only talk, they walk the walk. They deliver the how their personalities are. You can see it in game. Again, Spirit is back.
How'd you like that matchup call out with Kelra? Send him home.
Oh, dude, I mean,
Send him home. I mean, Onyx got to win, but I mean, you know.
we just love the personality. I mean, even for Lunar, right? Lunar, a little bit of a diss back at Kelly. You say you were going to get revenge the first time in group stage.
What happened?
You didn't. I love it. I love how Spirit played this game, though. Again, we saw how dominant they could be, winning an early game, having plan A go smooth. But I think the real question mark for Spirit would be, what would happen if you were put into the same position as that group stage match against Vamos, against Guangzhou Gaming? What would happen if you lose out on plan A, right? They, through the group stage, have never really been able to stay composed like the previous Spirit iterations of rosters. This time, they showed exactly how good they can be with Sour Egoist. I love that Hiko already kind of teased it to us in the interview before the match. He's like, Donk. Hey, Donk won a major in his first international, and his first major with Spirit. Now, Sour can do the same.
Yeah. Whoa. I was going to ask about legacy here. It's maybe not too early to begin the conversation. Certainly still a lot of, question marks, but a win at MSC after debuting at 16, coming in, that's a big setup there.
And to think about the storyline, because just last year, he couldn't play in the wild card because he was few months away from being 16 to qualifying to play at MSC. It's so sick.
Yeah, just when we thought we knew all the stories, we knew all the narratives, we're reminded yet again, wait, there's a little bit more. There's a little bit more the Spirit and other teams could show up with.
I'm going to say that I thought this was definitely a mom and sister buff for sure. Front row,
For sure.
seeing your mom crying. I mean, you're going to play your best anything at that point, and obviously Kid Bomba delivered. On the other side of it, the story up until now had been Team Vamos in error 404. There's no doubt even in that final game, he showed his prowess, his ability technically, mechanically, and his will to win. But it was unfortunate because he was not able to get the job done. We have an exit interview with Arrow 404 to hear what he has to say.
We
We are now backstage with Error 404. Error 404, how is everyone handling that loss?
It was quite hard because we are expecting a win today because we beat them right in the group stage. So yeah, it's quite hard to take the loss.
Is everyone handling it the same way?
I'm not sure about them, but for me, yeah, because this is my first experience on a knockout stage in the international. So yeah, it's really hard. So I would try to take it as a lesson.
Take it as a lesson. And despite everything, I think everyone is saying that you are a potential jungler that will go to many lengths in the future. Do you agree? Are you satisfied with your performance?
I feel like I could do more, but I think I try my best. So yeah, for the next tournament, I think we'll do better, we'll improve more, and yeah, we'll promise a better result.
I'm feeling a little bit of like overthinking on something. Is there something that's bothering you? Was it the last game that we saw?
No, I just think that we made a lot of mistakes, like not like our usual gameplay, because we're normally very disciplined, but today I think everything went wrong. So yeah, I think it's just we lost because of our mistakes.
You lost because of your mistakes. Did you feel like Team Spirit were a different team in this match? Did they study you too much, or?
I think they're just the same. It's just yeah, they maximize our mistake and they know how to punish us. So yeah, they're the better team today.
So what happened? Was it your preparation, or was it the adrenaline that was happening on stage?
I think it's just the consistency of us. Like, we're not really consistent, so that's a thing to fix.
Okay, so in coming future, you're gonna take that lesson with you.
Yeah.
Error 404, what's next for you?
We'll just try to win another tournament, and for MPL, we'll do our best also, and we'll come back stronger.
You did amazing. Thank you so much for your participation here. Is there any final words that you want to say to your audience, your viewers?
To all the Malaysian fans, we're really sorry about the loss, and yeah, we felt we could do better, but I think we tried our best to reach here, and I don't think anybody expected us to be this far. So thank you for your support, and see you next time. Thank you.
Come back stronger, vamos. Thank you so much for this. We're gonna throw it over back to you guys.
I mean, we might have to stop calling them exit interviews, start calling them therapy sessions at this point, if the turn asks any more questions when somebody is that down, because they're processing. It's like grief processing right there. No doubt about it. Great interview. Again, consistency, took advantage of the mistakes. Team Spirit take the win 3-0 over Team Vamos, and that was Error 404's reasoning as to why. A lot to be discovered. Coming up, it's Aurora Gaming and Onyx, the big match of the day. I know many people online, many people in the building have been looking towards what many consider the new final boss here in Aurora Gaming. Gonna have a chance to prove it. Before we go, guys, I know we're switching off the panel, so just any final words before we switch off? Renmar, Rico.
Congratulations to Spirit, and I'm excited to see Aurora and Onyx, because Spirit is saying that they're ready for both of you. So let's see if they can put their money where their mouth is.
Yeah, I'm happy for Spirit. My goats are out, so at this point, I'm just enjoying the show, bro. I'm just enjoying the ride.
All right, they're settled in. It's been a great panel with them. We've got more coming up as well. On the flip side of this, we're going to hear about all those teams, Aurora and Onyx. But for you, if you think you know who's going to win, make sure to get your pick'ems in. That's right. Earn your share of $300,000. Pick who you think is going to get the victory. I believe it was Team Spirit who actually had the lead in this one for the majority. So you guys are right. Will you be right about Onyx? Will you be right about Aurora Gaming? We'll find out after this break. And pay attention, because we've got Renmar's confessions. It's your turn, buddy.
Oh no! Have fun, bro.
Play is in our DNA. Whenever we let it out, it becomes our superpower. Now imagine an entire city being built to supercharge it. Kadir City, powered by Play.
This is Renmar's confessions. He doesn't know we were doing this.
Chris, what you guys dragged me out of the green room. I was chilling.
League
I was
machine
watching.
in immediately. Just having a nice Saturday morning.
Okay.
I'm not going to ruin it too badly. These are not as bad as I thought they were potentially.
Okay.
So, Renmar, we've not known each other for very long, so I would just want you to clarify. Would you rather be called Renmar or a prehistoric animal?
Renmar would be good.
So not Reptar, no?
No, that's my old name. Yeah.
What was the theory?
The what?
The theory behind that.
Why Reptar?
Yeah.
I think, I remember, because someone in a work group chat wanted to type out my name, and they typed out Reptar, and they said it was a typo, but I don't believe it, because there's no way you can typo Reptar typing out Renmar.
No, it's completely,
yeah. The letters from the keyboard are too far, so I think they just called me that on purpose, and it stuck.
You don't like that anymore, no?
I still don't mind getting called it. It's like a throwback.
A throwback, okay,
Yeah.
okay. I'm just checking if you spilt anything on your clothes today.
What's going on?
I've been told you are a clumsy boy.
Yes, I am. I am a clumsy boy. That is actually very true.
If you'd spilled coffee today, you'd have been fine.
Exactly. I think that's why I wore brown today, subconsciously. I was
Just
like,
in case.
okay, I feel like I need extra coffee today.
What's the worst thing you've spilled on?
Not on myself, but on a coworker back in the Philippines.
Yeah.
Hot soup.
Oh,
30 minutes before broadcast. Makeup had to spend a lot of time drying it out.
Oh.
It smelled like hot soup for the rest of the broadcast.
I mean, if it was good hot soup, then that's fine.
It was.
Okay. Someone has dubbed you as the most likely to fall in love with a stranger. Could you tell me why that is?
Was it a turner?
I don't know.
Or do I feel like this was a turner who said that? I am a very proud, hopeless romantic. Not so hopeless now anymore.
You are in the city of love, though, so I mean,
Yeah.
you know, you've been any lonely walks, you know, like taking a book.
Not lonely walks, but like I had the day where I walked like 25,000 steps around Paris.
Nice.
Yeah, it was sweet.
Nice. Anyone in particular, little romantic stroll along next to the Eiffel Tower?
Nothing romantic. I did go up to Sacré-Cœur, where John Wick had his final duel.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was really
That's
nice.
cool. There's loads of spots like that. Like we got spots like in Call of Duty. There's a really famous spot. We got in Paris. There's, lots of things happen in Paris in gaming actually.
Yeah.
Come to think of it.
Very true.
Come to think of it. So what was your actual esports journey been like? Considering you may never be able to escape Rennie's shadow.
My dad? How do you know my dad's nickname? What is going on? Hey! No, I feel like when it comes to my dad, I feel like I've never really been under his shadow. He was a lot of guidance from him, considering that he's also...
It's useful.
Yeah, he also worked in radio, so... He just gave me some general tips at the start, but at the beginning he was like, he didn't understand what I was doing.
At least he didn't get you the job, and everyone was like, this guy's just got the job because of that.
Yeah,
That's a good thing.
Like, not at all. When I told him, it's like, Dad, just imagine I do what you do, except it's not delivering the news, it's talking over video games as a sport. That's when he was like, oh, okay, I kind of understand it. You're behind a mic, I get it.
That must make it really cool, though, to have that, to have that guidance, that kind of thing. Because my dad just worked in a factory, so he was. My dad still doesn't know what I do. He's like, you working for Call of Duty? This, no, Dad, I'm doing other things. Doesn't get it. So at least your dad knows.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I think it's a basis of just broadcast. So
yeah. Okay, that has been Renmar's Confessions. I'm going to actually ask for harsher questions last time. You're fine.
Please don't.
Don't worry.
I'm good.
A lot of people are haunted by their past. I'm inspired by it. They're not just playing for themselves, they're really playing for their entire family.
They have defeated their demons. They have crushed the curse.
defending champions of 2023 MSC. If they lose, that means we will for sure see a new MSC champion coming up at EWC. So excitement for this second match of the day. It's going to be Onyx going up against Aurora Gaming, and we have so much to talk about. I'm Rain Day. Welcome back to the panel. As I want to introduce you to who we've switched out with, it's Brigitte and LaFell. And it's starting exactly how I would have thought. At least you're not quacking today, Brigitte. How are you? Not yet. That's actually true. Not yet.
Who knows what kind of sounds we'll be making?
Yeah, I mean, like, here's the thing. Rain Day, you probably didn't notice, but me and Brigitte, we're more calm today.
Yeah,
Our
you're
energy
relaxed.
is a bit lower.
Uh-huh.
We're just having a vibe, right?
Yeah,
Right?
we have to.
I'm worried. Guys, I'm actually afraid of what this panel is going to look like. At this point, we have to get into the Crunchyroll story of the day, which is an important one because we look at Aurora, and we have seen Final Boss go down again and again and again. So maybe you don't want to get labeled the Final Boss because we've seen so many favorites fall from SRG to Team Liquid PH, but is Aurora Gaming the new Final Boss? Greg, I'll start with you.
I'm not sure how Midnight feels about us labeling them as.
I stole one of
Knock on wood, right?
Okay.
I stole one of your cards, but it should be okay.
Hey, I don't think that's fine. But yeah, I don't think anyone at this point wants to be labeled the final boss, considering what has been the outcomes of whoever gets labeled the final boss in the past two international tournaments.
I mean, like, you can't spell Aurora with a R, am I right?
Oh.
I mean, like, here's the thing.
Or with that aura.
Not only do they win, but they win convincingly, right? So I think Onyx is like the greatest team ever, and I think they're going to win this hands down 3-0. Like, no contest?
Brick, you want to answer?
I'm not sure how serious this is because I am expecting this to be a really close one.
So is everybody else.
You always say that.
I think Indonesia.
Hey, this is come on.
I know this is funny because both of these teams have come in with different approaches to it. Onyx representing Indonesia, one of the top 3 regions in MLBB's history. We also see Europe having its moment, and this is specifically a moment that Turkey is having. Istanbul is where the M Series will be held later this year, and one of the amazing things about that is that Aurora Gaming from Turkey have a chance to not only set themselves up for a win there, but a win here leading into it if they continue to be on top of the meta. And that's why this is such a dangerous team break. They have so much to play for. They've got such a great story, but also no one's been able to really figure them out yet.
Yeah, and I feel like that is why they are going to be considered, if not like the final boss, the team or one of the teams to beat really here, at least in MSC. Just because of the fact that even for the teams you expected to come in the strongest have not really lived up to expectations. And yes, they may have transitioned from being once underdogs to now actual contenders, but the way that they've really introduced themselves and maintained that kind of domination in every single series that they've been through here in MSC really is a statement for them. I feel like they've had more dominant runs than any other team we've seen so far.
Rain Day, let me just say, I am ready to just throw away the script.
Wow.
This time, I'm so ready for a non-Southeast Asian team to become a champion. Right?
Right? Why is that coming from us, though?
Yeah, no, you were the one that says, I don't want any Southeast Asian teams to become champion. That's what you said.
Did I say that?
Now that Malaysia's out, you seem like you're pretty okay with letting that go.
No, this is all the pent-up aggression that I've had. Like, even since morning, Rick has been messing with me, and she just kept on doing that.
Well, I think it's going to continue, and we'll see if LaFell actually picks up that note card, and you see it in his hands later on, because there's a lot of stuff written on there, and if he really leaves it, I'm excited to see how that goes. But let's mention Aurora Gaming, because this is a team that has shocked the world. Maybe they had it in them all the time, but coming into this tournament, there were other teams that we had our eyes on, from Lunar to TNZ, Rosa, Pagu, and Siggy Boom, who I felt started this tournament with a bang and continues to try to be dominant. It's interesting to see if Aurora will be able to keep surprising their opponents. We had a chance to catch up with TNZ, their jungler, before this.
Hırslı ve kazanmaya aşık bir oyuncu olarak tanımlayabilirim. I think TNZ is very obsessed with the game. Is very obsessed with like winning. He's always trying to be the best. He likes to gossip a lot. Yani ailemin dediğine göre 2 yaşımda bilgisayardan